There are certain secrets entrusted to the human heart. The more they are shared, the more they lose their value. And the more they are kept, the more precious they become in the sight of Allah. Sometimes a person's deepest silence is their strongest prayer. Not everything experienced in life is meant to be spoken aloud. Some experiences are meant to remain solely between the servant and the Lord. For at times, speaking is a form of lightness, while remaining silent is an act of reliance upon Allah. A person desires to express what lies within, to feel relief, to be understood. Yet not every word lightens the heart. Some burdens are meant to be carried not on the tongue but within the heart. There are matters which, when shared, disrupt one's spiritual balance. When you open your heart to everyone, every eye becomes a source of envy, and not every shoulder can bear your weight. Sometimes Allah calls you to silence, for He knows that every sorrow told to Him becomes mercy, while those told to people often turn into complaints. In this journey, we will speak of 5 profound wisdoms that teach why you should not share what you experience with everyone. Perhaps you carried what gathered in your heart to many people, opened your soul to many hearts, and perhaps that is why you never found peace. Now it is our turn to speak. Your only task is to listen. This narration is built upon the Quran and written to touch your heart. If you wish to discover the depth hidden within silence, stay with us until the end. For with each section, your heart will lighten and your mind will find more tranquility. Listen with the language of your heart. And if these words echo within you, leave the trace of your heart's silence in the comments. Remember, sometimes even a single like becomes a silent Amen. Now we begin. 1. Allah loves secrecy, protecting privacy. Allah knows His servant. He knows the intentions hidden deep within, the unspoken desires, the trembling prayers whispered in the stillness of the night. He is the one who hears the whispers of the heart, who sees the essence of every intention, who gazes behind every veil with mercy. For this reason, Allah commands that some matters be kept hidden, because not every truth is created to be shared. Certain moments are meant to remain sacred secrets between Allah and His servant alone. Concealing is not shame, it is wisdom, the adornment of dignity. Surely the Quran loves those who are modest. Modesty is not only covering the body but covering the heart. It is the speech of the soul. Privacy does not begin within the walls of a home. It begins within the inner world of the human being. And the privacy of the heart is broken when the tongue reveals what should stay concealed. The more you speak, the more you unravel. The more you share, the weaker you become. Yet silence is the sibling of patience. Silence is trusting in Allah. People assume sharing will make them stronger, but sometimes speaking makes one more vulnerable. For not every servant knows how to listen. Some offer a shoulder while secretly gathering judgments. Some appear to listen, yet internally feel a sense of superiority. And some preserve what you say only to use it against you later. Thus Allah commands covering, for too much exposure brings too much damage. The Quran says, do not whisper secrets among yourselves. And this is not only for conversations between two people, but for everything we hold inside our hearts. Guard what falls into your heart. Open it to Allah, not to people. People do not protect hearts, nor preserve words. But Allah looks upon the heart of His servant with mercy. A hidden blessing does not lose value, rather it becomes more precious. Pain carried silently rises in rank with Allah. Every hidden tear, every suppressed cry turns into a prayer. People may not see, but Allah sees. People may not know, but Allah knows. And when Allah knows, what gain is there in telling others? Therefore, do not attempt to explain yourself. Not everything you experience is meant for everyone. If your heart is open to Allah, no other tongue is needed. Allah is the one who veils, and He loves those who maintain His veil. 2. Envy and jealousy. Opening the door to the evil eye. Not every gaze brings mercy. Some eyes are filled with silent jealousy, and those glances penetrate deeply into the soul, unsettling the heart. For this reason, Allah commands that certain blessings be kept hidden. It is not the abundance of blessings, but the ones who witness them that determine your peace. Some hearts do not appreciate blessings. They envy, they consume, they drain. This is what is known as the evil eye, and the evil eye is real. The Quran says, I seek refuge in the Lord from the evil of the envier when he envies, showing that jealousy is not merely a thought. It is a force capable of causing harm. Envy is a fire that burns both its holder and its target. You may keep your heart pure, but not everyone sees life as you do. This is why Allah tests your caution. What you hide protects you. What you expose leaves you defenseless. The evil eye comes not only from sight but from the heart. An unspoken envy can wound the soul. Every joy you share opens you further to those eyes. Happiness may become the trigger of jealousy. Patience may become a burden to those who cannot bear your strength. Hiding your blessings does not belittle them. It protects them. Showing off darkens the heart, and in a darkened heart peace cannot reside. The Quran teaches us to seek refuge in the Lord of daybreak. This is more than a supplication. It is a lesson on protection. Sometimes, rather than speaking, one must seek refuge. When the desire to share your joy arises, turn to prayer, because envy does not reach beyond the place where you bow. Do not reveal too much joy nor too much sorrow. Some envy your smile, some cannot tolerate your patience. Human intentions are unknown, and intentions can carry harm. Thus, silence is protection, hiding is precaution. Do not open the depths of your heart to everyone. Not every heart is a friend to yours. 3. Good deeds are more virtuous when done in silence. A good deed that comes from the heart needs no decoration from words. Goodness exists to be lived, not displayed. The deeds most valued by Allah are those performed in secret. Purity of intention and depth of sincerity are what matter. Speaking of your goodness may drain it of its light. Not every act of kindness must be spoken aloud. The Quran states, if you give charity openly, it is good, but if you give it secretly, it is better for you. Secret charity contains no hypocrisy. No element of showing off can stain it. This is why the purest deed is the one held as a secret between Allah and His servant. When you do a good deed and feel a desire to mention it, examine your heart. Satan attempts to corrupt even virtuous acts. A spoken good deed may diminish humility and plant seeds of pride. Humans desire praise, appreciation, but the recognition from Allah is superior to the applause of people. Every applause plants a seed of ego. For the sincere believer, the self is irrelevant. Only the pleasure of Allah matters. The Quran says, Allah knows every good you do. The place where your deed must be known is His presence. He sees the acts done in the dark of night, the charity given when no one is watching, the kindness kept as a secret. If He sees, no one else needs to know. Some people claim their intentions remain pure, even when they speak of their good deeds. Yet true purity reveals itself through silence.
The good written upon a wall fades with time, but the goodness engraved into the heart becomes eternal. Concealing a good deed not only protects the recipient, but also shields you from arrogance and hypocrisy. Allah loves the humble.
He elevates those who exist not through their voices, but through their intentions. Silent hearts echo loudly in the sight of Allah. Therefore, perform goodness, but do not speak of it. The good that remains unspoken becomes a silent prayer between you and Allah, wordless yet full of divine mercy. 4. The fine line between complaining and being grateful. The tongue is the mirror of the heart. Whatever exists in the heart eventually spills out through speech. Yet not every word reflects pure intention. At times, complaints disguise themselves as gratitude. A person may recount what they have gone through, unaware that they are questioning Allah's decree. While expressing their struggles, they may damage their patience, believing they are grateful though their words carry complaint. But the Quran says, "We will surely test you with fear, hunger, loss of wealth, lives and fruits. Give glad tidings to the patient." Trials are quiet. Allah observes the patience of His servant most when they are alone. The hardships shared with people are often not for relief, but out of complaint. The more you speak of sorrow, the heavier it becomes. Each repetition revives the pain. Complaints multiply as reliance on Allah weakens. Yet Allah loves those who trust in Him. Patience is not merely enduring, it is being content with what Allah has decreed, seeing His gift in every circumstance. The Quran says, "If you are grateful, I will surely increase you." This increase may come in provision, peace, or nearness to Allah. A grateful heart seeks wisdom in all things. A complaining tongue overlooks wisdom entirely. People share their hardships to be understood, but human understanding rarely heals. People listen, interpret, judge. But turning your heart to Allah brings true relief. If you must speak, choose the night, choose prostration, tell your tears to your Lord. Allah hears the hidden prayers and sees the silent cries. He knows the patience of His servant and never leaves it unrewarded. Sharing sorrow with people weakens the entrusted burden. Words do not always bring solutions. Sometimes they darken the spirit even further. For only Allah truly understands. Therefore, live with a heart full of gratitude, not a tongue full of complaint. Remember the one who bestows, not merely what is taken. Appreciate what remains, not what has left, and never forget that every decree from Allah contains goodness. Tell your burdens not to people but to Allah, for nothing spoken to Him goes unanswered. Every hardship carried with patience transforms into mercy. 5. Bearing Allah's tests in silence is a form of submission. Some pains demand silence, for words cannot ease them. They may even intensify them. Some trials settle deep within a person, constricting the heart, shortening the breath, yet you remain silent. Silence becomes acceptance. Silent patience becomes devotion. Speaking of a trial is easy, but carrying it quietly is the task of those whose hearts lean on Allah. The Quran says, Allah is with the patient. This companionship is not formed through speech but rooted in silence. Sometimes the deepest submission is lived without a single word. The heart burns while the tongue remains still. Tears fall while the lips do not speak. Because you trust Allah, knowing that He sees you, knows you, and has mercy on you is enough for the heart. Trials differ. Some lose their loved ones, some their health, some their peace. Yet they all test one's bond with Allah. If the bond is strong, the servant remains silent, bearing everything without complaint. Even if nothing will change by speaking, you learn to accept through patience. A silent tear can become a louder prayer than 1,000 spoken ones. The Quran says, "Your Lord has neither forsaken you, nor is He displeased." This is solace to lonely hearts. Allah never forgets the silent ones. He hears what passes through the heart in the depth of night. When words fail, His mercy speaks. Even if you never express your hardship, He sends solutions. Even when you hide your burdens, He sends tranquility. Allah knows your load and never burdens you beyond what you can bear. Silence is not weakness. It is the greatest strength. To display tranquility outwardly while storms rage within is a sign that your heart is entrusted to Allah. Silence is the voice of reliance. Speaking can sometimes indicate lack of trust. People seek not solutions, but someone to understand them. Yet Allah is the one who understands. Thus no other ear is needed. Every silence becomes a door open to Allah, through which mercy enters. Patience fills the heart. Serenity settles in the soul. Carry what you live in silence. Do not speak of it, entrust it to Allah. He knows what you go through even better than you do. And every patient heart eventually reaches mercy. Trials pass, pains fade, but the submission hidden in silence draws you closer to Allah. Every heart contains unspoken sentences, silently carried burdens, sorrows never shared with anyone. These are the most precious journeys entrusted to Allah. When the tongue falls silent, the heart begins to speak. When people turn away, Allah draws nearer. A servant's quietest moment is the moment Allah hears the most. Perhaps you too have endured much. You wished to speak to be